Hello everyone, this is Tracilyn, also known as VCAT, and I stopped by this building. For anyone who might have seen, I have a music video online and some photographs for the song I recorded in, I think, 2014 called Right Now. And I took a lot of really nice photographs with this building. And I wanted to come back because I think it was in July, if I'm not mistaken, like around the 29th of 2013 that I came here to get video footage. I like to step into the set locations once in a while and reminisce a little bit and see how much of everything has remained the same or has changed. And this is called the Stone House. I don't know if that's reading correct or not. It might be reverse. I'm sorry if it is. My nose on the right, my nose ring on the right. And it was evidently, was it created, built in 1802. It's operated as the Cross Keys Tavern. And I like this part. It says the Turtle Creek Chapter. It's in Warren County, and let's see, National Register of Historic Places, 1976. I want to do my video a little bit different today because I feel like doing something different. I was really excited because I came down here to kind of get away from home for a little bit, and while I was trying to think and recapture where this location was, I ended up coming across a small church that still has worship. I forget the year that the church was built. I think it's in the 1800s as well, but it didn't seem that way. It was very nice and very friendly. Everyone was. So I actually stopped in for a little bit of worship, and I'm very grateful to have done that because since I've been working on my project for the last 3 years, I've been saying it would be one of the things I would like to get away and do, especially in the Midwest or in Kentucky, Indiana, something like that, which is southern Midwest, I guess, right? Is I would like to stop in every once in a while at a small white church. You know, I used to attend a mega church in Lancaster County, and now I don't really attend any church service on a regular basis, and I don't really desire to at this time, but I do like to go visit different atmospheres. Much needed for me. I was browsing through my photographs and I seen some other images that were down on the canoe I'm going to here soon that had the name The Canoe Rental Facility, and that's what led me here then after church service. Words. And one of my favorite photographs from 2013 was on this stone wall. I like old stone houses. I think it'd be fun to see other places like this that were taken care of, and an opportunity to see and learn how other people may have lived then. And there's a barn. So hopefully this video is not a waste of time because I never did it. Is this horizontal? Is this horizontal? What is this, vertical? You tell me, leave a comment down below, I'm confused. One of my favorite pictures was taken here, and it kind of gave me the sensation of being like in Mexico or very deep into the south of our country. And so I really like that. And so I think it's pretty. And the store, I took quite a few photographs, and when I got home and I started editing, I started to acknowledge that there seems to be in the door images of what appears to be possibly either people or other life forms of some sort. Do you happen to know about things like that? If you do, it'd be interesting to talk to others who have interest in that or knowledge. I don't know if you can see it. Right in this area, if I get too close, it kind of, you might be able to see it, you might not. But it's still there, so it wasn't my camera. I thought it was through my camera. This is actually one of the forms that I've seen the image that's right in the door. There's his nose. There's his mouth. That's what I've noticed first. You see how? That's what I've noticed first. Not when I was editing the picture, but when I came here. I recognized his nose. But it had a bigger nose than I did. And then there's the eye. I think there's the other eye. Okay? And this, what appears to be in the wood, worn away, like a beard. Okay? There's the face. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not looking at my pictures right now, but I think there's other images around him, but I'm not certain. And I sat here on the steps, and I kind of crossed my legs, took photographs with a tripod. When I got home and seen it, he seemed like a very, very friendly image. But I don't know if they're friendly. What do you think? Are they friendly to talk to? If you came across something like that, how would you respond? Or did you come across something like that? And would you talk to it? This was one of my favorite videos to do. I was new to making music videos. I think it was probably it was either my first, my second, or my third. I'd have to look at the dates on my other videos. Video that I ever made to music. And I did it with tripod and a Sony HD camera that I still use to this day for my blogs. You can hear it like crackling and stuff. So I wanted to stop by here and see this and share it with you. I love this building. I think it is beautiful. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to see it. And I did walk around the property a little bit. There are signs posted, and I was respectful. I didn't go into the trees or nothing like that. I didn't go in the buildings. But it was something I most certainly had to take the opportunity and risk getting photographs with. And I'm very grateful I did. In the future, the near future, I am looking forward to making new music videos. Hopefully I can get a camera upgrade. I will be looking and aware of others who might like to be involved in doing a video or two with me. For anybody out there that may be into that, I will be notifying either in video blog or on my Facebook page, which I really should probably do it on Tracilyn Michael, my music page, I mean. I haven't been on there for a while. And I'm looking for people that of all kinds of heritage or skills, okay? Even if you don't feel like you have much of a skill, I guarantee you that there's something that could be of use to making a music video. Because I can be good with a camera. It has a chimney. I like that. I like the colors of it too. It kind of reminds me a little bit like of a old farmhouse or some kind of mill. If you happen to come across this video and you'd like to share any information on it, know that I would be very interested to hear. I really like that over there. I think that's really cool looking. And it would be cool to see the inside. I will not go in it, of course, but especially being alone and things like that. But that's it for now. So let's see. I think he's friendly, at least to me. I don't know if he'll show up. Will he appear for me in my video? To somebody who might be watching it and they don't see it right now. Might be that when it's farther away. Hi, I'm back. It's approximately 8 years and I think 5 months since I've been here. I hope he's friendly. I come in peace. I don't know if it's safe to kiss him. It might be married. Goodbye. I'll step back maybe later and say goodbye before I leave. So I also, here's one of my recent dilemmas. I am on a very tight budget for somebody who wants to do a tremendous amount of things. not only for self, but musically and abroad. And long story short, I was not very much into technology before starting my project in 2012. I'm starting to appreciate it a lot more, that's for sure. And I wish I could have the very, very best, whatever that means to me. You see how the water runs down here? Look at this. See that? Over here, see where that truck is? And here's another one. It'd be awesome if I had like a GoPro by the next time I come, or something, some way to hook a camera on the top of my Cavalier. I just wave to people when they go by. I come in peace. I'm friendly. Here's the thing. Check this out. I don't know for sure, but I'm always looking for, and I want to make a new folder on my computer the next time I do recording sessions, because occasionally I get out, I go for drives. Occasionally I love to bike ride, and I'm more of a casual rider, especially because I'm not like in training or anything. I love to go for drives. I love to ride bicycle. I love being outdoors. And here's the thing. I pass a lot of places and I might take pictures and stuff, but I don't keep a very good collection of data and information that can make me back to these places. So I want to start, after I wrap up this ragtop project, was only meant to take 1 year, and I finished recording like in November-ish of 2019 when I started it January 23rd of 2019. I stayed committed. Then I started to design an album art cover, which I might share with you sometime, or maybe I did already, but I will again, and share with some updates of what I'm doing for covers and why. And anyway, I was thinking that when I upgrade everything, because I'm still on Windows 7, but I do have access to Windows 10, I just don't like to change things too much in the middle of me recording. So I like to try to keep things a solid where I started, unless it's something serious. And I've been going through all kinds of challenges in doing that. But I'm thinking of upgrading coming up soon. So I will catch up with whoever is on Windows 11. I will get you someday. We'll be with you. And here's the thing, check this out. Then I want to make a new filing system, filing way, a filing method that I can better keep the information I gather while I'm going for bike rides and drives, and I learn about things. You see, long story short, I was truly not into technology. Believe it or not, I was not into self-portraits. I hate office work. I never wanted to be on a computer, and I was sick of watching TV. So when I see homes like this, I think, is there any more romance in the world? Who loves to share time together without a device between them and the person? Unless it is an absolute 100% necessity for them to live. I didn't even want a cell phone when they came out, and I was freaking out because if I would have been able to make the choice and live back in Pennsylvania, then I would have wanted to have a landline and live more in the country. And now my living circumstances is just a little bit different. Now look at this. Watch this. If you can see this, when it goes up. I don't know if you can or not, but look through the trees. It goes to a sharp left. Where's he at? I don't see him. Do you see him yet? I guess not. But there's a white wall up there. And it goes down. Very steep and a really sharp turn. And way over there, okay, is a fence. I took a photograph there. Evidently, I pulled off on this side of the road in 2013, and then I came over here and took some photographs. And out of all the photographs, I remember thinking, they were, and they still are, some of my very favorite. There was a sign I wanted to show right here, because there is a sign that's hung here that says Ozone Zip Line. Do you know what a zip line is? Adventures at YMCA Camp Kern. Camp bus only. Okay, zip line. Did you ever go on a zip line? I don't know if I'd really be into something like that for myself, but I would go and watch others, and cheer you on. Maybe even say a prayer. I hope they make it through. That is, if they were nice to me. And if they weren't, goodbye. All right, we're gonna go down here. I want to see the bridge that I sung on for the video and see what it looks like down by the river. And I want to try my other phones, and this time, hopefully it doesn't annoy you, but I would like to try doing all of my videos this way. Now, I don't know if I can do it with my Sony camcorder. I'm assuming you just hold it sideways, correct? Most likely. So I'm going to give it a try, all three of them. This was done on a Redmi Pro 8. I recently had done research because I was using, was it a free Obama phone that I got? And I was very grateful for it. I don't really use the phone that much, but I realized, especially being on my own a majority of the time, I should have at least the ability for emergency reasons to give calls. And with that being said, I used that for quite a while, and then somewhere along the lines, I got a blue smartphone, and I used that for a while, and then I started to realize it's nice to have a smartphone with the ability to do videos, front and back. It's really nice to be able to watch music videos and other videos and search online to Google. I love the Google map a lot. I wish there was something that was a little bit more childlike when you're using it. Wouldn't that be nice if an app would tie into the Google app and it'd be very childlike? What does that mean? I don't know. Use your imagination. I thought that today when I was using it, because I use Google Map a lot now, and in the beginning I did not. And one of the reasons is because I accidentally hit the bicycle, which I didn't know was there, and I couldn't understand why it kept saying it was what appeared to be a greater distance than where I was, or how much longer in hours, because I might have hit walk or something. But I was actually in a car, and I'm thinking, why is it going to take that many hours to get there? It's not that far away. Not in car, not the way I drive. And here's the thing, I sooner or later figured out recently, in the last 3 years, that oops, I had it on bicycle or walking instead of car. Car at 70 miles an hour, bicycling at how fast? Some people might be able to do 70 miles an hour, not me. Okay, maybe if I'm going down a hill like that. As long as the brakes work, we should be all right. And here's the thing, check this out. So then I went from the blue and I started realizing I wanted to upgrade the storage, and I really do want to have, I see some of the cameras online, and I don't know necessarily if I like those cameras, but I want something that has a lot of clarity. And also, unfortunately, up front, sometimes when you smile, and I do, it just shows things that are untrue. It shows the depths of things it should not. The camera should learn to keep things on a surface when a girl smiles. Because I didn't smile most of my life until the more recent years, okay? Within the last decade. I did, but not as often as I do today. It's almost like God assigned a joker into my brain. A joker entered inside my kingdom. And here's the thing, check this out. So I got this phone, and I ran it in comparison with my blue. It has some of the things that I wanted to have more of, like storage capability and processing ability, the camera, ability to bring in a little bit more clear. And I realized that what I like to use my phone for, which is dominantly to say hello on Facebook, Instagram, doing videos, listening to my music all the time. I have never, in my entire existence since 1972, ever listened to anybody's music as often as I listen to mine. For the first time in my life, and if you understood the history, I really love to hear my voice. And believe it or not, ever since I could remember, I did not. And it's funny when you find out that I did the things that I've done in the past. Did I have my struggle and keep it in my head? But I don't feel that way no more. Sometimes I think it's a shame I don't have a twin who loves me as much as I would love them. And we just keep it in the family. Everything. And maybe tour the world with music and stuff, you know, having fun. I'm going to go down here to the river. I'm going to try my other camera. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. Hopefully well. I've been talking for 26 minutes. I just want to say that I really love this phone. I wasn't too concerned about the 5G upgrade because everything I read said that, I don't know, this is like LTE or LGE, is it? 4G type technology. And I figured they're probably trying to eliminate phones that I first originally had in the early 2000s and stuff, okay? So they were upgrading everything and those things were going out of service. Do you think they're trying to protect themselves? Something? Did they really upgrade it to 5G? Or is it mind tricks on us and they just want to get rid of all the technology prior? Be very mindful. Chances are there's another planet that does not like humans and wants no trace of them ever being on this planet. That's what I believe. And if you start speaking openly about that, you may learn, if you pay attention, that there's life forms that have a lot to say as to whether or not this part of the country or that part of the country or this time of the day has sunlight. What do you think of that? Or rain on our head. Or, oh, it's cold outside. We got snow for Christmas. Did somebody up there arrange it? Maybe. I got this phone and I was sort of happy. There's things I really love about it. I use it all the time. I love the way it looks. Maybe I'll show it to you later on. I love the color. I dropped it a few times, unfortunately. It stayed in one piece. I dropped my blue one time out of my driver's seat. It was on my lap, and I went to stand up at the Chinese restaurant, and when I did, it fell into the parking lot. It didn't shatter it, but it cracked it. This one, unfortunately, has dropped onto the floor at my home, which is pretty hard, a few times from at least shoulder height. From the shelf I had it on by accident. I accidentally went and grabbed something and my phone went sailing across the room. Did you ever do that? I was really concerned about that because I just got this and paid a couple $100 of it with the assistance that I get from the United States government. And then in only a brief amount of time, all of a sudden they upgrade to 5G, and now Tracilyn no longer can use her phone, even though the research I've done says I should, because the SafeLink line that is providing me service said my phone is no longer able to be used with the technology upgrade. So now I'm back to the cheap phone. And in my opinion, I sincerely think, especially because the government's stingy when you get into God's rights for humanity in comparison to what I've been permitted to receive without argument, I think they should reimburse me my finances. And in fact, I think the United States government should call me up and say, hey, we'd like to give you a free phone, the very best of everything. I shouldn't have limitations. And it shouldn't cost me a whole month of what I receive to live on for a phone that is a necessity for me in this life, considering psychologically it is more like a friend to me than a human being. I'm here. I'm enjoying the day. Tracilyn has acknowledged that the United States government, I'm sure there's love within inside of them all, but they are stingy as shit to all of us. Sometimes I think I would have been better off if the Amish or Mennonite community would have taught me another way of life without conforming to necessarily being Amish or Mennonite. In other words, a life of abundant overflowing. Where's my Lord at a time like this? Why do I have to backslide to the cheapest of everything? Joyce Myers would tell you it's because I'm ungrateful. And I would say, Joyce Myers, you're fucking lucky I don't live in Missouri. I fucking hate you. You don't learn to be grateful. Grateful comes from the kingdom of heaven. You are grateful. You don't understand. Say it, you fucking wench. Are you from the UK too? What country are you from? See, my ancestors are from Germany. But what I've realized is the people that most people are fucking goddamn providing a life of so abundance is from the fucking Australia. Fucking assholes. I will not bow down to Australians. I think they should be fucking thrown on a ship and get the fuck off our soil. You're not worthy of man's praise. Now, why did I say that? Well, we're gonna find out when I go down to Tennessee. God has left me know many times. Figure this one out. All the messages you heard from a man who says he read the Bible and he's a lover of God. Tell him you come in my name and see how many people will help you to help me further the ministry of the kingdom here on earth. And you will notice, good luck. The only way you can enter into their world down in Nashville is if you're a servant to them. I's here to clean up your home. How can I help you with that? Get on your knees and scrub the floors with a toothbrush. And meanwhile, God will let you know, there's people who do music that suck compared to you, that live much differently than scrubbing people's floors with toothbrushes. And if I ever move down to Nashville, it's gonna be known for you son of a bitches to just get the fuck off the TV and go to work. Like everybody else. I'd like to see you hauling your fucking equipment around all by your fucking self and booking all your fucking goddamn shows. How many people do you have fucking aiding you? My eyes are sick of seeing it since 1972. The same damn fucking people. And God has let me know they are no more worthy of praise than the man who's sitting on the sidewalk or on a sandy beach in Los Angeles. You get into the ozone. We're gonna go down here and check it out. Check it out. See that bridge? That's where we're going. Today I wanted to do something different. I don't want to just do the same thing day in and day. That's what ends up happening to a lot of us, right? To humans, to people, if we're not careful. And I believe that's why a lot of people go through a lot of jobs, a lot of relationships. They're trying to figure things out, and they don't always have everything figured out. For me, I'm going to be honest, I was dealing with sexuality, gender identity, a lot of things. Is God real? And if so, how about explaining some things? Is my nose ring staying in this time? I know sometimes I do videos that frustrates me when I get home and it's sticking way out. Like a bow on a violin or something. And check this out, do I have lipstick on my teeth? I could have just deleted all of that, and I decided no. So check this out. Do you know how I ended up finding this place? If you look, you might not be able to read it, but it says, I think that's their boat number, license number. So it's 3 zeros, a 4, and a double L. On this side, it's the stickers. Now, I thought it said Mogas. I thought the N was an H. Because my photographs were kind of blurred a little bit. Because the camera was back on a tripod and I was taking photographs. I realize more and more that when I do my music, videos and stuff, that it would be really, really nice to have top-notch technology. More than having other humans. Not always, but it's more enjoyable to be as free as you can be on camera and then take time to edit it and be okay with yourself. And if people don't like it, please don't watch me. I love it and love what I see glimpses of sometimes. Because the more I do, the more I realize that Tracilyn is honoring God with her life. I can see the word of the Holy Scripture through everything I do. My dependency, knowing in this world I couldn't be without the strength of God in my heart. I believe a huge lawsuit to the United States government could be in order for something like, it's best to keep God out of everything. It's best to keep God out of public schools. It's best not to have time of prayer. That's matters that are best kept with personal families. But most people's families, if they were to be honest, are all fucked up. And maybe they're not the real family they were ever meant to be with long term and forevermore. If life is really eternal and we go on in our life, has it not been understood ever to us that not everybody comes with us in our journey? And some people go on way before us. I acknowledge every day when I was surrendering to the truth more, I was starting to almost be, it's kind of like squeezing a blackhead on your face, your nose. It's like something squeezing me to be more honest in areas that I was always terrified to be honest about. Even wearing panties or a bra. See that? Can you see? So a lot of people don't understand that in this moment that I'm living in, I want to embrace all the thoughts that were encouraging me my whole life to get yourself something nice and don't be scared to put it on. God loves you. And what I've realized in going in my endeavors is that Christhood hasn't truly been magnified to me until I see my videos and my photos and I look in the mirror. Most times. Especially if the lighting's correct. You know, I say correct because I am being perfected. You know, in many ways. Love is far more gorgeous than what was his name's house, Hugh Hefner's house. Okay, they like to show you what gorgeous is. Okay, what attractive is in the human race, I mean. And it's nice, it's helpful, but not if you're thinking nicer than me. And God has left me know the blinders. We're not wearing it. Some people say it's not blinders, that's the hand of God letting you know to stay focused. Right here. I did a video and I downloaded the song Ring Around the Rosie. And I was kind of like spinning around. And one of the things, some of my greater inspirations in life were Mr. Rogers, Captain Kangaroo, Blues Clues guy. I don't know his name, but Blues Clues. Especially when I started to withdraw more from television. Because I didn't understand that I was pretty much in a grave. But I was beginning to understand it felt like that. On the sofa with a remote control. And this was not a short-lived season of time. And a large portion of that was because I felt strong like I'm not connecting with the person that I felt I could share my life with. And we could flourish in our own way, you know, and have a beautiful life, whether that be home. I didn't know about the things once I started studying the Bible and praying and stuff that I really wanted to do because I was lost. And the only thing I know is muscle cars, cruising the mountain and country roads and bike riding and going to the gym and going to the lake. A lot of things were happening to me, my hobbies, my passions, going to the mountains. I didn't know that I was getting really sick of the same mundane things. And I was attempting to do things, but they never seemed to work out. And an awesome person came into my life at the perfect time. They started to read the Bible to me. I come from a family that always had a Bible available in their house. Some of them in their presence at all times. And some of them were not shy about opening it up and reading something to you, to carry with you as you go about the day. It wasn't long before I started to read it myself. I wanted to my whole life. And it took me to 2000. I was born in 72. And I felt if there's any time whatsoever, but I had such difficulty too with it my whole life. And a lot of people would say, and I never forgot, I won't mention their names, start with the New Testament. The Old Testament is nowhere near as important as getting to the fact why Jesus exists. But something was inside of me saying, you want to start right from the very beginning of that book. There's a lot of valuable information for you. And I continued to read at several versions of it. And the whole time, I didn't understand. For I could never comprehend almost anything I ever read before. For some reason, I was remembering a lot of what I was reading. And I wanted more and more to surround myself with others who were doing the same. And I did. However, when things are occurring in your life, and they're showing you baptism recognition, and they're not getting into the details of what's more important than other people acknowledging, is that you understand that serving God with the life that God has given us is not man's fucked up idea of what the hell you should be doing with your body. And it pisses him off. Because in this world, with everything that exists, lest there be another way, the very best way, as psychiatrists have written in books, is a bank account. Because God showed me when I went down to Nashville, you can say you come in the name of whatever names are known around the earth as God. And they're saying, well, whether you come in the name or are of God, period. It doesn't work that way. And I will tell you that my harsh thoughts on places like Nashville. I love Nashville for my own reason, but I'm saying harshness that's within it, the music industry, the dullness of the same message being played again and again is affecting me because I live in this human race and they're listening, some of them, not many, a few, are listening to that message. And I am fully for people expressing themselves. I don't know all the answers. But I believe when a human being says, I'm not here to do what the rest of them do, I think it should be a little bit more mutually met with something of the earth or in the earth that is respecting that. You don't need water in your face is what I currently say. You need documentations that make you legal and anybody in leadership understood that you are here in God's world. And in heaven, I don't go to work for $8 an hour, Joyce Myers. In heaven, I don't marry men before God, and I definitely don't marry a man at all. I don't. I stay married to God, and the second the man isn't for God, for me, that man is out of my life. Most of people's turmoil is lack of obedience to Scripture. I have a history with bridges. I'm going to videotape this going up. Hopefully I'm safe. Because there are cars. I'm thinking of getting a white car someday. I don't know that for sure if I want to. However, just so you know, I do not want a Cadillac. I have a photograph of myself. I took a test drive in a Cadillac, and I realized, and I won't talk about it now, but I realized that it's not like the Cadillacs from the 50s. I have ideas, but nevertheless, I do like the color white, especially pearl white. I am thinking eventually of having another car, or having mine at least repainted. I think sometimes, where's the bold ministry that doesn't ask for handouts financially, but put their affairs in order, more in alignment with the Word? Chances are, in physical form, they're not here on the earth, because the enemy hates that shit. I think there needs to be more people of God that don't bow down to the enemy's wishes more than God's wishes. to be in a deep, passionate relationship with God and say, your will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Why are we arguing over who's God? Have we not learned that it's legalized by God, that there is no male or female? Well, people say, but in the beginning of time, in the beginning, God created both male and female, yes or no? But in heaven, there is no male or female. And where we are is not where we're meant to stay forever. Psychologically, that is. I could be wrong, but I don't want to be. Because God has left me know personally, hello? Here that goes. That it definitely is much healthier for the brain to feel God's love upon you than to loathe who you've become. Up the state road, this is where I walked. I'm going to turn this around for just a second. This is the back of the red meat. Okay. Gotta be very, very careful. I do not encourage anybody to walk up here. I can't even believe that I did my music video here. I don't think I would do that the next time. I was trying to be very careful, and in my video I recognize that sign and the sign way down there, because there's a bike trail down there, a bike trail. And this is the view that I had. But you gotta be careful because there's like a turn there. And when cars come, I kind of get on the other side. So you gotta kind of have your wits about it. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to face it this way, and hopefully this works out alright. I can't believe that I did the music video in here. Look at that. There's not really that much room here. Okay. It kind of has that obvious country feel to it, and with that being said, I guess maybe sometimes I trust God a little bit more than I should. Do you think? I would not recommend that to anyone. And I don't think when I did my music video this time around, I don't think I'm going to do it standing on a bridge like that. Okay? Because in my opinion, it's not safe to do. So I got lucky. Is that it? Or I was extremely blessed. I want to see the sign here. Now I'm going to go get my other camera. I want to go down this road a little bit. And I want the opportunity to go down a bike trail. I'm going to have my other camera with. There's some bridge that evidently in the Jeremiah or something. I don't know if that's this, but there was a Jeremiah and they got rid of the bridge. And evidently they built another bridge. Maybe it's smaller. Is it to 71? Maybe you know more about that. Here we go. This is the Little Miami State and National Scenic River, Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Fort Ancient Scenic River Access. I am going to take a photograph for future references, then I'm going to go get my other